Hey guys, Joe and Bill McGrath here. I'm going to talk to you about my everyday carry knives, at least the ones lately. I've been asked to do an update on them. I haven't done one in a couple of years, so I figured now's a good time. So I'm going to start with my folders. At work in law enforcement, firearms on my right hip, so I have a SPYDERCO, the larger of their temperance, endurance. This is the resilience, pardon me. 4 1/4 inch blade. I'll put the specs up on the text later. But I like a SPYDERCO. I carry this on the off side in a left-hand pocket. So if I'm struggling to keep control of my firearm, I can take this out with my left hand, manipulate it fairly easily, and use it as a tool in that regard. Off-duty, been carrying lately this cold steel Counterpoint 1. A lot of guys in my classes ask me what's a good pocket knife for briquet de tertia. Obviously, you want a big as knife as possible, but if you want something legal to carry, they have 2 sizes of this, a 4-inch blade and a 3-inch blade. And what's nice about this is it's very easy to open up and get into pakal grip. With a small knife, you know, what I consider a small knife, 4 inches or less, a pakal grip or ice pick grip gives you a lot more bang for your buck in terms of defensive uses. And this has a nice grip on it. You can see the 3 holes here. Your skin gets form-fitted into those holes. And there's a nice mechanical stop on the front here so that your hand does not slide down and impact if you hit a bone or metal belt buckle or whatever. So this is kind of like my favorite pakal knife right now as a folder knife, if you're using a folder. You see I have 3 cold steel XXL Voyagers here, and basically, actually this is a GRANDE. Urban use, I'll carry one with the serrations on it, and this is a 6-inch blade. This is about as small as you can get and still get a good hack with it. My teacher used to say for a knife to be used in sack or hammer grip, you want a blade that the impact point, or what we call the point of percussion, is 1 hand up from the grip. So if you're holding this thing down on the end, 1 hand up gives you almost to the back of where the swedge starts. So you can still get a pretty decent cut with this. For a folder, this is a pretty good cut. It has a nice lightweight handle. Some of the newer models, the handles are a bit heavy in comparison to the blade. So as a lightweight folder, you can do a lot of surprising amount of work with this. I tend to carry, you'll see this one still has a clip on it. The VAQUERO GRANDE never had a clip. So I put a lanyard on it, and this can go down in a pocket. And depending on the thickness of my pants, I have, for instance, those heavy canvas pants from Duluth Trading Company. You really can't get a pocket clip on those, so I'll carry this knife on those days. Just have a little bit of the lanyard sticking out of the pocket. If I have thinner pants, then I can carry the pocket clip. These 2 knives here, the Voyager with the plain edge is my camping knife. And you see I have a nice bright piece of paracord on here, make it easy to spot. And I have the RAJAH 2, which is a very good chopper. So these kind of almost are my little mini machete and mini hatchet that can go into a bag. I have a bag in my car that if I want to go off and take a quick hour or 2 hike in the woods after work, these fit into a small messenger bag really easily. Just have a couple of emergency supplies in there, and I can go take a hike in the woods and I still have enough to make an emergency shelter or whatnot if I need to. On my off side, I have a very nice knife from Condor Knife and Tool. This is their KEPHART knife. It's a 1/8 inch stock distal tapered blade of 1070 carbon steel. They have a natural finish on this. It's not a baked on epoxy, so I can use this for cutting food. And it's a nice camping knife. I have this in a sheath with a compass, a fire starter, and a couple of needles and things in the back, some fishing hooks. And what I do with this is, I did have one, when I originally got this, it was just a oil finish. And when it first got it, is one comes out of the factory. And the retention was good, but after a while they loosen up. And I found that it was, as I was changing, getting my uniform of work or whatnot, the blade would fall out. So what I did was soaked it in beeswax, heated up the sheath, soaked it, and then soaked it in hot beeswax. And now the thing can snap. I don't know if you can hear this, but it snaps in and out like Kydex. The retention is very good. Where when you first get it, you know, it slides in, and for a factory sheath, it's not a bad retention. But once you soak it in beeswax and form fit the handle around there, it holds in very well. I mean, I actually prefer this over Kydex now because the retention is so good. Some other things I have. I have the Swiss Champ, Swiss Army knife. My son put a paracord lanyard on it, which I like a lot. He did it at like 9 years old. It was his second paracord project, and he did, I thought, a very nice job, so that stays with me all the time. In my bag or on my person, depending on what I have, I'll have a Leatherman tool. This is a rebar. It's a lighter weight version of their super tool. I like this a lot. This is something you could carry in a belt. Doesn't get too heavy. It doesn't get too heavy for me compared to everything else I carry in my duty rig. I like little 3-blade Stockman slip joint folders down inside the pocket. This is a little one from Case. I like this because it has a nice awl on it, and that goes in a little fire kit that I keep in my pocket on a lanyard. And there's a fire starter, compass, some other fire starting materials in here, tinder, whatnot. This was sold on eBay as a tactical coin holder. I'm not sure if you need a tactical coin holder, but you know, anything with military colors, they call it tactical these days. It's nylon. Holds together well. I kind of like this thing. And then in another pocket, very often I'll have another slip joint folder of carbon steel. This is an old timer. I think this is a Model 8 OT, the senior Stockman. And these are nice, easy to pull out if you're in a place where you don't want to scare, you know, the sheeple. You pull out something like this, and it just looks like a gentleman's pocket knife. You can cut open an envelope or whatever, and handy to have. Anyway, so here's my everyday carry knives. I don't carry all these on my person at one time, but I actually do carry these in one place or another every day. Okay, thanks guys. See you soon.